Good afternoon, everyone. This is an update on Hurricane Lisa for November 2nd, 2022. As you can see, Lisa is nearly making landfall right now in Belize, and this is going to continue to be making impacts in Belize and also the Yucatan Peninsula, Honduras, and Guatemala throughout the next 24 hours or so. As we get into it, as you can see, this is the infrared satellite imagery like we always do. A little bit zoomed in here on Hurricane Lisa, as it is throwing a whole bunch of thunderstorm activity over here in the Yucatan Peninsula. We're also seeing a lot of storm surge in the northern portion of Belize, also the southern portions of the Yucatan Peninsula. Definitely seeing some of those hurricane force winds right near the center, and this is going to be impacting pretty much the center portion of Belize throughout today here. Now, that hurricane force winds is going to be diminishing as it makes landfall because of that land interaction. Guatemala still could see hurricane force wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour throughout today. More of that northern portion of Guatemala. Again, you will be seeing flooding and also storm surge associated with Lisa, especially flooding up here in the Yucatan Peninsula. Look at the amount of rain that is being dropped down there. You could probably well be seeing over 3 inches of rainfall over there in the Yucatan Peninsula. Belize is definitely seeing over 3 inches, maybe even 5 inches of rainfall throughout today. Here's the National Hurricane Center 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook. There's 2 hurricanes that we now have today. Hurricane Lisa, which currently has winds of 80 miles per hour. Also Hurricane Martin now having 75 mile per hour winds with a central pressure of 983 millibars. Lisa has a central pressure of 987 millibars. We do have a disturbance that has a low chance of developing, only a 20% chance of development. We will monitor that lightly for right now. But looking at the key messages here for Hurricane Lisa, there is potential for life-threatening storm surge near where the center of Lisa crosses the coast of Belize, extreme southeastern portions of the Yucatan Peninsula also starting this afternoon. So starting right now, you are starting to see those storm surge really pump into the coastline of Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula. Number 2, hurricane conditions are expected along the coast of Belize and the southeastern Yucatan Peninsula by this afternoon. Tropical storm conditions are expected along portions of the north coast of Honduras, Guatemala in the next several hours, and over the eastern Yucatan Peninsula in the tropical storm warning areas beginning this afternoon. Localized flash flooding is expected across portions of Belize, northern Guatemala, and portions of southeastern Mexico. Now here's the forecast cone, and it will be continue to be that hurricane strength throughout today, and by morning hours of tomorrow it should be a tropical storm due to the amount of land action interaction it is seeing. As you can see, this heads back to the Gulf, but kind of spins around due to a high pressure that's keeping it down there south. Possibly maybe a rename of this tropical storm, but once it re-enters the Gulf, for right now it is going to be staying as a tropical depression. You have those hurricane warnings that do continue throughout today for Belize. We had tropical storm warnings out for Honduras and the Yucatan Peninsula. So again, the majority of these hurricane conditions will be continuing throughout today, throughout kind of a small area here throughout Belize, because those hurricane force winds are a very small swath of wind. As of right now, it's not a big area of hurricane force winds, mostly tropical storm force winds, which is good. But again, definitely hurricane force wind gusts are likely within this storm, as it does make impacts today throughout Belize and northern Guatemala. As you can see, we possibly could see these dangerous flooding here, upwards of 8 inches of rainfall here throughout the northern portions of Belize. Through those more pinkish areas, 4 to 5 inches of rainfall throughout these areas. This is because of the rainfall and the amount of moisture falling from this storm is going to cause a lot of flooding throughout these areas over a long period of time. Pretty much throughout this entire week, we are going to see rain across this area, which will be leading to flash flooding. So definitely stay safe. That's one of the threats. We have multiple different threats coming from the storm surge, damaging winds, and flooding. So make sure you are prepared for this as this continues to move over Belize, going into Guatemala and the Yucatan Peninsula. This will definitely cause a lot of impacts for a lot of people. If you did enjoy the update, we didn't have many updates today. We just got that hurricane status and also give you an update on those impacts. Again, more rainfall from today's model, the GFS model. So definitely stay safe from flash flooding. Make sure you have higher ground available in case that flash flooding occurs in your area. Make sure to tie down the outdoor stuff so it won't be flying debris that this hurricane will pick up and use it as a flying projectile. Bring those items inside and stuff like that. We hope you are prepared down there in Belize, Guatemala, and the Yucatan Peninsula, as well as Honduras. Honduras could definitely see some flash flooding possible as well. There are some localized spots, so please stay safe out there. But subscribe for the latest updates on Hurricane Lisa. Make sure to like the video, share with friends and family that do live down here and is being impacted by Hurricane Lisa. It'll be very much appreciated to get that information out. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.